everybody, how are you doing? It's another day on Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, C.J Atemo, and I look forward to these episodes each and every day. Monday to Friday, right here on K24, we get to have conversations around your personal life, personal development, personal growth, in the way that you think, make decisions, in the way that you transact and relate, in the way that you work, and hoping that these episodes are building you up and causing you to become a better person in every way. So I need to let you know that you can find these videos on my YouTube channel, C.J Atemo. That means that you need to head there. If you have not subscribed, head there and subscribe. Then watch, like, comment, and share. Set notifications as well for the videos so that every time there's a video going up, you will be able to know. Follow me on social media as well, if you would. Follow me on social media on CJ Atemo everywhere. That is from Facebook to Instagram, Twitter. It's CJ Atemo everywhere. And then, of course, CJ Atemo on LinkedIn. You can also reach me on CJATSOL@gmail.com. For those of you who have questions or you need clarification or you even have suggestions on the topics that we need to deal with, things that you would want me to talk about, then I would be so glad to hear from you. So you can send us mail on CJATSOL@gmail.com. I've spoken for 2 days, the last 2 days, on the power of words, which then precipitated what I want to talk about today, which is actually the power of your thoughts. I did say that if words are currency, then those words have got to be monitored just so that your words may mean something. Just the same way governments will want to see their currency stay strong, you have to have words that are believable, words that are trustworthy. Your words need to mean something. Because when you have words that mean something, that means you have credibility, then people will either follow you or people will do favors for you. They will believe you, and there is just so much you can do with trust. Somebody wrote a book that is called The Speed of Trust in Business, and they say you do business at the speed of trust. When people trust you, they can give you their money and then let you pay back that money when you are able to. When they trust you, they can give you goods. Your word has got to be good. That's just the same way currency would be made in a way that your currency can actually have purchasing power. When we have got too much money out in the economy, we say there's an inflation, and because of that, then we begin to devalue the currency because you have to have a lot of money to buy the simplest of things. You must remember how the Zimbabwean dollar used to be and how some of our neighboring countries have their currencies. Well, you don't want to have to use so many words in order to do so little. But these words, ladies and gentlemen, are shaped by the thoughts that we have. So it is important for us to be intentional about the kind of thoughts that we cultivate, because thoughts are seeds. As seeds, they will be planted, they will germinate, they will grow. Now, the thing about that is that they won't just grow, but they produce fruit. And within the fruit, you get more seeds. So seeds always precipitate cycles. Thoughts are seeds that produce certain cycles. So you start with a seed, it germinates, it becomes a plant, it produces fruit, then that fruit has more seed within it, and then that seed begins to germinate again. So you keep on having the same cycle. It means that if you have negative cycles in your life, you need to change your thought pattern. You need to change your thought pattern. If you always are having these fears and you always look down at yourself and low self-esteem and you talk down at yourself or you talk down at people, when you have that cycle and you're breaking all your relationships because you're acting in a certain way and you're losing every job, you have all these negative cycles, it may mean that certain seeds were planted in you. They may be seeds of intimidation, low self-esteem, insecurities, fear, and those seeds need to be uprooted. They first come in as thoughts. The seeds of thought. Well, it's not just seed that the thought is, but thoughts are also building blocks. Thoughts are building blocks because one thought upon the other constructs something. That means that if you continually think about certain things, you will begin to build on those thoughts. The more you think about it, the more you see and build upon it. For example, If you have this thought in you that somebody doesn't like you, then you look at how they behave around you and you begin to find confirmation to the fact that they don't like you. So they may just be busy in their world. They've not noticed you, so they didn't talk to you. You build that thought. You say, see, I knew that they didn't like me. That's why they didn't talk to me. So you're building it up. So the next time they will do something, so you're actually waiting for them to do what you already are premeditating. Then it will happen that they have done that. You're on the third layer of that. Slowly, you are building a house of imaginations. So your thoughts are building blocks. If you do not treat your thoughts, you will find that you are building things both positive and negative. Have you ever heard about, and I know that you have, building castles in the air? Those are just thoughts that you imagine how things will be. People get into disappointment because they have nurtured this thought and then they begin to build upon it. If I find this kind of a person, this person will do this for me and do the other thing for me, and I'm expecting this, and then our life will be like this and the life will be like that. And they are building on thoughts that have not been activated. Thoughts are building blocks. Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, are also vehicles. They are vehicles into the future. That through your thinking, you ride into the future. When you think so much about something, when you put your mind and train it on something, eventually you will see the reality of that thing, because they are vehicles. They carry you into the future. You begin every business fast in your mind. You begin every enterprise fast in your mind. You begin every plan fast in your mind. And from your mind, then you begin to travel into the future. So thoughts are vehicles as well. But every vehicle must be serviced for that vehicle to function well. You cannot just allow your thoughts to be the way they want to be, because those thoughts determine the kind of life that you're going to live. People who have, and we've seen a lot of people getting violent nowadays, those violent traits have been planted in them as seeds of thoughts, then they have been built as blocks, then they have taken them to the future as vehicles that they traveled in to the point of them committing the atrocity that they do. It is important for you to guard your mind and guard your thoughts by listening to the right thing, by constantly telling yourself what you need to think and believe, by constantly listening to people who have the kind of thoughts or planting the kind of seeds that you desire to see. You cannot be around angry people and you're trying to break out from anger. You cannot be around addicted people and you're trying to break out of addiction. You cannot be around people who think that negativity is a positive thing and you're trying to break out of the negativity. If you want to change how you think, one of the things that you've got to change is what you're exposed to, because the environment begins to plant in you those images, those thoughts, those seeds that eventually begin to shape your behavior and shape who you become. Well, I hope that you have been helped by this word, the power of your thoughts. And ladies and gentlemen, it is up to you to make sure that you have the right thoughts and eventually build a positive life. This is C.J Atemo, and thank you for joining us on Wisdom Moments on K24. Till the next time.